Hogwarts Legacy is one of the most iconic games ever made, and while it has great mechanics and amazing visuals, there are core issues and things that you must know before buying it. But the game is an action RPG set in the magical world of Harry Potter, but it takes place long before the events of the books. You play as a student, and you have a very unique ability to perceive and use ancient magic, and you will then embark on a journey to uncover secrets about the wizarding world. The ultimate goal of the game is to harness your magical abilities, navigate the school's many challenges, and uncover the secrets of the ancient magic. The world is vast and enchanting. You can explore the most iconic locations like the castle, the Forbidden Forest, and Hogsmeade Village. Furthermore, the game has a very dynamic day-night cycle and weather changes that makes the world feel truly alive. You will then attend classes, you will learn spells, brew potions, and even tame magical creatures. And the game's open world nature means there's always something new to discover, and therefore the main gameplay is all about exploring the magical world, attending classes, and engaging in various missions and challenges. So if you're a fan of the Harry Potter universe, and if you enjoy RPGs with rich immersive storytelling, this might be a game for you. But when you start the game, you'll create your own character and then be sorted into a house. From there you attend classes. This could be potion making, charms, and even defense against the dark arts. And these classes will actually serve as the game tutorial and will teach you the basic mechanics of spellcasting, potion making, and even combat. So when you're in potion class and you learn to brew a very specific potion, you might need to use that very same potion to solve a puzzle or help you in battle later that day. The game also has a bunch of side missions and optional activities where you can explore the open world and uncover many secrets. Which brings me to my next point, the progression. And it is all about taking you from a new student to becoming a powerful wizard. So while the early game is very basic, as you move forward, the game will actually shift from learning to applying what you learned. The storyline will also introduce more complex missions, and you will need to use your spells and skills accordingly to the more complex missions. Furthermore, the enemies will become tougher, the side quests become more important, and the game becomes harder overall. Now the main storyline is a big part of the game. It'll show you characters' growth and decisions, but you'll also uncover hidden mysteries within Hogwarts and all the surrounding areas. And as you complete the main quest, this story will unfold, revealing many dark secrets. Then you decide missions that are more focused on exploring the world and interacting with different characters. These missions can be very simple. It could be a simple gather quest, and even more complex missions that will require a lot of problem solving and even combat. Which ties into the next point, the open world map. And you can explore a lot of things. You have the castle, the Forbidden Forest, and Hogsmeade Village. And this exploration is a massive part of the game. And as you explore, you'll find hidden areas, collect artifacts, and encounter a lot of creatures. But it's all part of the game. It is an open world design, and you are supposed to wander around on your own and discover new things. Which brings me to my next point, the unique aspects. And one of the best aspects is the deep customization options. You can tailor your own character's appearance, house, and skills, allowing for a highly personalized experience. The next great feature is the spell crafting and mastery. The game has a really robust spell crafting system where you must learn and master various spells, and you must use these spells in many different combinations to solve puzzles, defeat enemies, and even progress throughout the game itself. And as you advance in the game, you'll also enhance your spells, which makes them more powerful and even versatile. The next feature is a very dynamic environment. It is highly interactive and will change based on your actions. For example, casting certain spells can alter the entire landscape, open new paths, or even reveal hidden secrets. You'll also come across a ton of magical creatures, and then you can befriend or even train them. They can help you in battle or help you solve puzzles. And it's a quite unique system for an RPG game. What you'll also find is a high level of detail. Within Hogwarts, every room, corridor, and secret passage is meticulously crafted, and you can explore the castle in many different ways. So if you're a big fan of Harry Potter, you'll have a very deep immersive experience as you can go explore everything you want. And the final very unique feature is the morality system, where your choices will impact the storyline and your character's development. So all the decisions you make can lead to different outcomes, friendships, and even affect your standing within the school. So you must consider every choice, as their actions can have severe consequences for you. Which brings me to my next point, the difficulty. The game is quite balanced in terms of difficulty and will work for both newer players and also more experienced gamers. The game has a pretty good introduction in terms of showing mechanics through the tutorials and helpful hints, making it quite player friendly. However, the game does not hold your hand all the way through. As you progress from early game into mid game, the challenges will become more complex, and this will also require you to use your skills and spells effectively without the same guidance as earlier. For example, in the early stages, you might face a simple task like opening a door with a spell, but then later on, you you'll encounter very tough enemies and very intricate puzzles that will demand more strategic thinking and quicker reflexes. And even here, the more experienced player can find themselves in very tricky situations. Now, of course, the game does have difficulty settings. You can choose easy, normal, and hard. So if you want to focus more on just the storyline, then easy is a good place. But overall, the game has a pretty good balance of being accessible to new players, but also provides enough depth and challenge for more experienced gamers. Now, as you can probably tell, the game is stunning, which brings me to the point of graphics. The game is very immersive through its stunning graphics, sound, and atmosphere. The visuals are honestly top-notch, and it really captures the magical world with great detail. And that's anywhere from the grand halls of the castle to the very dense forest. Everything looks quite vibrant and alive. The sound design is equally as impressive. The music will fit the magical setting and adds a ton of depth to the gameplay. Furthermore, it enhances the sense of wonder and adventure, especially when exploring new areas or facing intense battles. The sound effects are really good. This could be the crackling of spells and even the ambient noises within the castle, further drawing you into the world. And all of this leads to a great atmosphere that is full of mystery and enchantment. So whether you're wandering through the dark corridors of Hogwarts or exploring the Forbidden Forest, the game creates a good sense of intrigue. And it's this atmosphere right here that is essential for making you feel a part of the world. Now, of course, the game is not perfect, and there are several pros and cons, which we'll cover now. The first pro is the great variety of activities. There are so many things to do, from attending classes to exploring hidden areas and even completing side missions, which really helps with the gameplay and keeping it fresh and exciting. The next pro is the deep character customization. The fact you can create your own wizard or witch and choose their entire look, even their house and their skills, adds a ton of value and a great personal touch to the game. The next pro is the very engaging storyline. It is very interesting and keeps wanting you to find out what happens next. It is also filled with mystery and adventure, of course without spoiling anything. And the final pro is the very immersive world. The game does a great job of bringing the magical world and Hogwarts to life. This could be seen in detailed graphics, the sound design, and the overall atmosphere. And now for the cons. The first con is a somewhat steep learning curve. If you're quite young or it's your first RPG game, it can be a bit hard. There's a lot of spells and mechanics to learn, which can be quite overwhelming for new players. The next con is the repetitive missions. Some of the side quests can feel quite repetitive over time, where the tasks can be very similar, like fetching an item or defeating certain enemies. And with how big part of the game it is, it can be annoying after a while. And the final con is the performance issues. Now, this will not happen to everyone, but if you're on an older or lower end system, you might see some pretty big frame drops or even long loading screens. And I'll therefore highly recommend checking the requirement systems before buying the game. But with all that said, let's grade the game. And Hogwarts Legacy gets a solid 8 out of 10. And there are several reasons for that. The setting and atmosphere are honestly top notch. It really draws you into the world and feel like you're part of the Harry Potter experience. Additionally, the detailed graphics, the quite realistic sound effects, and the engaging music pulls you further in and makes you want to keep playing. However, the game does have a learning curve, which can be quite challenging for newer players. But once you get the hang of it, it is really fun. Second is the gameplay. It is very diverse and keeps you entertained. There are so many activities to do. This could be exploring, attending classes, and even completing side missions. Furthermore, the character customization is great and can make the gameplay experience feel very unique. So if you're a fan of the Wizarding world, and if you love a detailed, story-driven RPG with engaging storyline and great character customization, Hogwarts Legacy is a standout game. However, if you must play a game with multiplayer, or if you get frustrated with a learning curve, this might not be for you. But if you want to explore a richly detailed world, follow a really fun storyline, there's lots to love here. But overall, the game gets an 8 out of 10 for its amazing world building, engaging gameplay, and really captivating storyline. And if you're a fan of RPG games and the magical world of Harry Potter, this game is definitely worth your time and money. For more amazing games, click here.